What is wrong with palm oil? What's the first thing that comes into your head when I say palm oil? Is it orangutans? Is it pygmy elephants? Is it cutting down rainforests, corporate greed, or just bad? What is wrong with bicycles? I know what some of you are thinking. They're a bloody menace. They won't stay in their bike lanes. They ride 2 abreast, 3 abreast, 4 abreast, 5 abreast. Sorry, I just like saying abreast. But seriously, some complete tit on a bike the other day nearly knocked me over on the pavement, or sidewalk, as you like to call them in America, outside my house. Actually, that wasn't serious at all. It was another lame attempt at a breast gag. But genuinely seriously this time, I promise. There is nothing wrong with bicycles. They are a really cheap, fast, efficient and environmentally friendly way of getting from A to B, and indeed back to A if you want, whilst actually getting exercise at the same time. It is the riders that are wrong. Not all of them. For instance, I myself will always ride in a bike lane if there's one provided, and I do actually observe the rules of the road, unlike, I could say, most car drivers. That was supposed to be funny too. But for those of you who have already switched off and are, even as I continue to speak, furiously typing, "You are an arsehole!" Well, I can say what I want about you now because you're no longer watching. But anyway, back to my point, and I'm sure you'll be pleased to know that I do actually have a point, and that is this. What is wrong with palm oil? Absolutely nothing. It is the most efficient crop for producing vegetable oil on the planet, and is incredibly versatile. The biggest issue with palm oil is it is being farmed on such an unregulated and industrial scale and at such speed that it's destroying entire ecosystems, and has been responsible since 1990 for almost 10% of the world's deforestation. And that is a serious problem. So today I'm going to be explaining why palm oil is a wonder fruit, how we messed it up, how and who continues to mess it up, and why the answer is probably hopeless. But then please stick around for the end of this video for the postbag, where you will get to hear today from a seriously angry milk farmer from Dallas in Texas. So what went wrong? It is too simple. It's far too simple to just call it corporate greed. More like an unregulated gold rush, where of course well-meaning farmers, as well as we should honestly know better corporations, have had a hand in this. The oil palm tree, Elias guineacis to give it its Latin name, only grows in tropical climates, and whilst it has been around and used for thousands of years, it has only really commercially taken off over the past couple of decades as corporations have realised its true potential as a wonder fruit and its application in probably about 50% of the products you currently have in your own home. Everything from soap, chocolate, potato chips, crisps, shampoo, bread, toothpaste, lipstick, ice cream, biscuits, cooking oil, margarine, pizza dough, instant noodles, twiglets and biofuels. And it has a yield per acre that dwarfs other vegetable oils. Rapeseed oil by more than 5 times, sunflower and coconut oil by more than 7 times, and soybean oil by more than 9 times. But the palm oil industry has been a disaster for the world's forests. Palm oil is mostly grown in Indonesia and Malaysia, 2 tropical countries with large areas of rainforest that are home to tigers, orangutans and over 190 other species, some that are only found in those areas. Destroying forests and replacing them with ordered and sanitized palm oil plantations has wiped out entire habitats for many of those animals that have now nowhere else to go. So for those of you in the UK who can remember the banned advert that Iceland, the supermarket, put together a few Christmases ago, I was really cynical about it at the time. It was clearly designed to tug at our heartstrings, and it did, and to make us think that Iceland are lovely, ethical people. And to be honest, in the scheme of things, they aren't that bad. They are better than most. But at the time, I thought that I and I alone could see that this advert, which was actually produced, by the way, by Greenpeace, and there's a link to it in the description below. Anyway, I thought I was the only person who could see it as an insidious, calculated and very successful attempt at greenwashing, where they were essentially suggesting we ban bicycles rather than educate people on how to ride them. I am not saying I was entirely wrong. I'm not saying I was entirely wrong, but there is more to this story. So listen on. This is a wonder fruit. So the answer surely is to just buy sustainable palm oil. You would think so, right? I would love to tell you that buying sustainable palm oil is the answer. I mean, that is how the world works, or should work, but sadly, that is not how the world works. So, and this is my opinion, and my opinion alone, any self-regulated industry, particularly if the likes of Nestle sign up to it, are suspect from the get-go. And this particular body, the Round Table on Sustainable Palm Oil, RSPO, set up in 2004, have a pretty poor record in being proactive rather than just reactive. Don't worry, boys. Keep doing what you're doing for the moment. When we get the public backlash, we can make some changes. Oh yes, keep burning down forests, keep killing wildlife, and driving out indigenous people, the real people, you know, the consumers, the people with all the money. They will tell us when they've had enough. And to illustrate that point, it took a full 14 years after the inception of this old boys club for them to tell their members that they could no longer publicly burn down forests. 14 years. Yet to this day, forests are still being burned, and there is little evidence that this trade body are enforcing this amongst members in any way. So, going back to the Iceland advert, maybe I owe them an apology. The same month that that advert came out was the same month that the RSPO told their members that they couldn't continue to publicly burn down forests. So, in conclusion, palm oil should be a wonder fruit, but guess what? We put it in the hands of money-grabbing corporations, big business, corporate greed and shareholder indifference. The same fate that will most likely befall other wonder plants like bamboo and hemp unless they can be properly regulated. Because it's been shown time and time again with oil, with water, with avocados, with logging and even cattle farming. Unregulated, greedy will stop at nothing, not for your health, not even for the health of the very planet that we have to share. For an extra $1. What can you do? What can any of us do? You could start a YouTube channel to expose this sort of shit, or you can help me by sharing this video with your friends, subscribing to my channel, hitting the like button, even if you think I'm a twat, and offering your constructive comments. But if you want to hear some less than constructive comments, stick around for the "why aren't people angry about this" post bag, because some people are really angry about this. So why aren't people angry about this? It's actually all in the name. Most of us have been in a position at least once in our lives where we've had to tell a good friend some home truths, like, "I really think your drinking's getting out of control," or "nobody likes your boyfriend, girlfriend," or "I'm sorry, but I'm really not that interested in your collection of stuffed goldfish." And then they don't talk to you for a week, a month, or if you're lucky with the stuffed goldfish guy, ever again. So what I'm doing with this channel is I'm telling complete strangers some home truths. And when you do that, you have to expect a bit of backlash. But nothing could prepare me for the amount of backlash I received on a video I put out 3 weeks ago on basically giving up drinking milk. At one point, the negative abuse I was receiving was actually outpacing the actual views on the video, which is pretty incredible in itself. But I did receive a few more constructive messages, like the one I'm going to read to you today, that starts with the line, "Right, doom shit's like this turd," and then goes on to contradict itself within the second paragraph. And to me, at least, goes on to confirm pretty much everything this lady objected to in my original video, which, if you're interested, you can watch it here. And perhaps send me some more abuse. But anyway, this week's letter comes from Ellie, who runs a cattle ranch along with her stepson Ray in Dallas, Texas, and she is really angry about this. "Right, dim shits like this turd," that's me, "don't know sod all about herd management. Cows aren't forced to become pregnant by artificial insemination. What a stupid comment. They come into season and can be inseminated by a bull. They don't get to choose the bull, so is that wrong too? Then," she says, "cows are artificially inseminated with high quality semen taken from top bulls to ensure that only top quality animals are bred. So they are artificially inseminated then." Contradiction. There is another reason, and that is because there is so much bad publicity about eating meat that there has been a fall in demand for beef. Yeehaw! See what I did there? Bull calves are born and there is no future for them, so they are often slaughtered shortly after birth. Well, that's nice, isn't it? In recent times, they've found a way of drastically reducing the number of bull calves born so that this situation is more or less eliminated. Well, that's nice, isn't it? This is done by removing male sperm from semen to produce more heifers, as there is still a great demand for milk products. Idiots like this, that's me, need to check their facts before trying to control what we choose to eat and drink. I have. Anyway, people like him, that's me, are creating the problems of farming by interfering with the truth. He can do what he pleases and stop trying to drive everyone away from their freedom of choice. Do us all a favour and just get on with your life and do whatever you want to do, that's me. Don't expect us to all be like you. I don't. Which was nice.